So guys, it is very, very imperative for us to talk about the special military operation that happened in the province of Banwa, Western Burkina Faso yesterday. Like I've said a lot of time that there is a name that when you see on the line of contact, you should know that, man, it's going to be brimstone, hailstone. It's going to be all smokes, right? The brave immortals are back again, and the name at the heart of this special military operation is Captain Watau. You know, he's now a lieutenant colonel, but I'm so used to that Captain Watau thing. You have Captain Panteras. These guys are, their name sent shock waves to the heart of the enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Watau is one man that is, and according to the information we heard about him, is an elite special force combatant in the Burkinabe armed forces, well equipped, well trained, mentally geared up for any terrain, behind any lines at any time. And according to the information we heard, if you look at his age, comparing his age to the men he commands and the line of contact, some of his men are way older than him. But Captain Watau at home is an easygoing brother, a friend, a father. But on the line of duty, Captain Watau is an absolute beast. He's a monster. To be honest with you, he's a monster. If you look at the bodies, if you look at the body of the casualty that was recorded on the enemy side, Captain Watau is something else entirely. So what we noticed yesterday was that, according to the information we heard, what does guy specifically do, the BIR-7, they are the elite special forces unit of the Burkinabe armed forces. When they're on the line of contact, you see them they're the ones that wear the white, camouflage. They wear the white, and they're bulletproof and all of that. When you see this Burkinabe compartment that wear white, I know some of you must have seen it, on different documentaries. When you see them wear white, those are these elite special forces units. So actually, what it did was that in the planning of this operation, there was supposed to be an air cover because these are elite units, they are the cream of the crop and they need to be protected at all costs. But according to the information we had, Captain Watau personally demanded that he doesn't want any area involvement. He wanted to go in fully on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, this mission was in planning for a very long time, and the devastating part of this whole contact was that they broke through 4 different terrorist camps that was kilometers away from each other. So let me explain a little bit of information to you here. The reason why the terrorists normally stake their camps closer to each other, if not so close but closer, is because if this particular camp is under attack, right, they are going to call for backup from the other camp. So the backups are going to reinforce them with their gun trucks and everything. So what Captain Watau did was that they were ready to break through those 4 camps at the same time. It's a special military operation, and the reason why they call them the 72 Brave Immortals is because they've never recorded a single casualty. My opinion, I think these units, from now on, they should be sending only the cream of the crop to units like this, because these guys, when they go out there, what they leave on the site, on the scene of the incident is something that you will never forget, and this particular operation is something we can never forget. Remember, some weeks ago, it was Captain Watau again doing a devastating damage. This one was beyond devastation. So the BIR-7 actually broke in through the enemy camp. And when Captain Watau was asked about why he said there should be no area involvement, he actually said he did not want any area vector because he was going to alert the enemies and the enemy were going to be fleeing. His major objective is to demilitarize the enemy at all costs. It doesn't really, that's why you see that there is progression in Burkina Faso counterterrorism and offensive operation, but it's a gradual process. Now, let me tell you something about this gradual process. Let's say they are going to be covering about, let's assume 6 kilometers today. Every terrorist, every type of insurgency in that 6 kilometer will be buried. These are called the rapid. When you hear Captain Ibrahim Traore talk about the offensive, these are the offensive. Like, their job is not to contain. Their job is not to, what they do is they grind the enemy. Now, when they grind the enemy, they advance. Now, a separate battalion, a separate detachment that is going to contain, what they have already grounded, and make sure that they put boots on the ground and maintain military presence, they are going to be coming in. But the job of the elite, rapid intervention brigade, is to break the opponent, destroy them completely, root them out, and advance. So, ladies and gentlemen, this mission is on the roll now. You'll be getting this type of information, right? So we have dropped all the images because we can't post it on this platform. Personally, because my account as my channel, you all know, we have been under the searchlight for quite a while now. I've told you about some things that have happened in the past, like people messaging and all of that. And again, now I don't know. Personally, even if I post information that has no image, that has no, like, it's always like my video is going to be reviewed for 24 hours, and at the end of the day, YouTube pays me something like $1. Like, videos like that are very, very good, very informative. Like, it's a tactic to kind of frustrate what we do, but yeah, what we get from these videos is how we subscribe to some of the sources that give us whatever. Yeah, so, but it's okay. I've been doing this for many years without getting any benefit. I love talking to you guys. That is my motivation. That's my drive. I'm very, very passionate about feeding the right information to the society. And I'm telling you this is what I love to do. Do you get what I mean? And I want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to, to bring the truth to the world. That is the objective. If let's assume YouTube stop existing, I am still going to continue doing what I do, because I serve the purpose of my children unborn. I serve the purpose of the children of Africans wherever that is unborn. I'm not guided or motivated by money. If money ceases to come in today, I am still standing on my 10 toes. I'm that kind of person that I've never been motivated by money, because what guides me is the day of my disappearing. For every day I think about it, you might see me today and tomorrow morning I'm no longer here. So these are the things that drive me. I'm not driven by luxury or no. So we move. So the image and everything is on the Telegram channel. I'm going to drop the link straight away in the comment section. It's going to be the first comment you see in the comment section, the link to my Telegram. You're going to see it straight away. So according to the information we have, they could not specify it's between, the people that have been found, the dead terrorists, they are between 45 to 50 for now, and the search party continues. As in some situation, they are finding a bit parts of body parts and all of that. So the Burkina Faso forces continue to advance. Ladies and gentlemen, the search operation still continues. You can see the images right there, with a lot of you know what I'm saying. So it continues like that. And to look at how cold-blooded Captain Watau is, I believe that a lot of you have had the privilege, some of our day ones. I know people continue to join our channel every day, and I want to appreciate you. We love the fact that you stay here. But the people that have been on this channel for a long time, some of you have gotten the opportunity to see who Captain Watau is. But when you now see this man on the line of contact, and I said some things some weeks ago that, when a lot of people told me, oh, don't reveal this, I said, whatever I review does not affect what happens on the line of contact. These guys, they demilitarize. They don't catch you. They catch you both unawares. They catch you aware. So whatever we say is not going to matter, because I don't know, for the number of combat kills this elite unit has had is just outrageously unimaginable. Another thing was that, do you believe that throughout this operation, they did not suffer a single casualty? Now, the bad aspect of this is that I noticed something about the terrorists, and you guys are going to see it when you get to the Telegram platform. If you look at some of them, they are bandaged all over their legs and all of that. So bullets, as they've always been wounded. We normally talk about, some terrorists escaping with bullet wounds and all of that. So you can see them right here. Now it takes us to some of the drug shipments. You will see some drugs too on the floor, hard drugs and all of that. You know, all these drug shipments that the Malian customs used to capture, the Burkinabe custom used to capture, intercept, they are meant for these terrorists. You know, we've actually talked about it, that some of this drug can be to serve as a narcotic, that like opiate class of analgesic that is going to actually reduce the pain, because some of these people, they work in pain, and some of these kids, you know, that have been should I say, you know, some of those kids that have been abducted and radicalized, you know, they don't really have the cojones to go out there and perform some of these bad things they do. But, you know, when they are drugged, they go to another cloud entirely until they meet someone like Captain Watau, and, you know, he keeps them in that cloud completely and permanently without them returning. Ladies and gentlemen, you can give us your opinion on what you think about the success of this special military operation. What I'm saying now does not really paint the real picture. You will see the real picture on our Telegram. And something that you might notice in that video is the, you know, the camouflage wears of some of the Burkinabe. You're going to see Burkinabe flag, you know, logo of their flag. You're going to see it on the uniforms. Yeah, these are some of the Burkinabes that are actually falling on the line of contact before. This is war. It's going to be back and forth at the end of the day, you know. But what Captain Watau just did is that him and his elite unit of immortals, they've been able to recover a lot of weapons. You're going to see it over there. They've been able to recover both the camouflage, boots, everything, guns, like whatever you can talk about, drones. And ladies and gentlemen, the biggest part of what they recovered, the way that, you know, the way they sent the enemies off on their journey, I believe these enemies are not going to be lucky, because I think Captain Watau equally recovered their virgins. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy 72 Andre signing out, you know, said. But before I go, man, I love you all, man, and it's good to be back. This is the first information of the day. I see you 12 a.m. in the midnight. Salute, salute. I love you all, man. I've missed you.